Hey guys, welcome back to this lecture. Identify the areas where service discovery is needed. In this lecture, we will discuss the generic scenario where we can implement the service discovery. And also, we will discuss like how we can implement that in the upcoming lectures. So now, the very first thing, service which are prone to changes like containers. Means, now suppose in your case you have Kubernetes cluster and you have the containers running in it. Now, if a container goes down and a new container comes up, so your monitoring system should be able to auto detect the new containers, right? So that makes sense, because if you are not doing so, your monitoring system will lag behind the current state of your infrastructure. So that's where you need the service discovery. Now there could be different mechanisms you implement the service discovery. Either you can use your Kubernetes SD config or configuration in Prometheus, or you can code your own service discovery related code. Okay, so that's how you design or you use the service discovery. Or there could be one way where you run a service discovery container as a sidecar to your actual application container inside the pod, and that auto detects and creates a configuration for you which Prometheus uses. So that's another way to implement the service discovery. Okay, now the next thing is infrastructure which is prone to auto scale based on the traffic. So nowadays in the cloud environments, you must have heard about the auto scaling, right? In the auto scaling, what happens whenever the traffic comes high or traffic goes high, your new instance comes up on demand, right? And as soon as the traffic gets normal, the new instances which were launched, they gets auto terminated. So in that case, if a new server is coming up, your monitoring system should be smart enough to auto detect that, right, and start monitoring it. So that's where also we need the service discovery. Now the next thing is critical production systems which cannot afford outages and monitoring gaps. If your environment is critical to production outage, let's say you have the SLAs of 99.9999%, okay, of your environment. So in that case, you cannot afford that your website is down and you're not even aware of it. So in that case, and also you cannot afford, okay, your website went down 1 hour back, now we are coming to know about it after 1 hour back, obviously. So in those cases, we need the service discovery, because we want to monitor your environment as soon as any event happens inside the environment, okay, or we want to be notified as soon as your environment changes the state. So that's where also service discovery is needed, because it makes sure if any service is going down or if any new service is coming up, your environment and your monitoring system should be up to date about it. Okay, now the next thing is use environments where number of target systems to monitor is very high in numbers. Means, now suppose in your environment you got 10,000 servers. It's a really big environment. Suppose you have a data center, right, and you want to monitor them. How would you monitor them? Would you create the static config for each and every server where you will get the public or private IP of the server and the port number? No, that's not feasible and that's not the good practice. So what you will do, you will implement the service discovery there based upon some kind of tags or labels that are associated with the instance or server or machine, whatever. Okay, so your service discovery should do the task of auto identifying the servers which are running in your environment. Okay, now the next thing is environments where automation is utmost required. So there are environments where people prefer to have the automation rather than the manual work. So there also service discovery is really a good thing to implement. Okay, so these were few generic scenarios and generic areas where we can implement the service discovery. And now in the next lecture, we will see how we can implement that and what are the configurations available to us from the Prometheus official libraries. Okay, so we will see that, and in the upcoming lectures, we will actually implement the service discovery in different services. So I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.